was, okay, I think I get it, but I don't even know what goes together on the other side. So let's fix that real quick. Are we ready? This is how you know what goes on the other side. You know your charges, and remember that likes repel and opposites attract. So what I mean by that, this is the one on the Nearpod, so I won't do it. But if I have NaCl plus AgNO3 and an arrow, I need to know my charges. Essentially, the pluses and the minuses. Sodium's a metal, it's a loser, so it's a positive. Chlorine is a non-metal, so it's a negative. It gains. Silver is a metal, so it loses and becomes a positive. Nitrate is an anion with a -1 charge. So in order to do this, it helps to know my charges. Are we okay with that so far? Now that should have been weeks ago that we know charges. All right, the next thing to remember is that likes repel and opposites attract. So in this beaker, I have all 4 of these things just chilling. 2 pairs would never hang out together, charge-wise. Tell your partners who would never hang out together. I shouldn't say 2 pairs, sorry. 1 pair or 2 of them would never hang out. All right, so in this beaker, I think I'm out. So in this beaker, what 2 species dislike each other and would never form a bond? The 2 pluses and the 2 minuses, right? Okay, so if a reaction happened, something happened. I'm gonna sneeze, hold on. So repeat with me. If something happened, thank you for listening. Repeat with me. If something happened, then something happened. Okay, so what I mean, listen. If I put 2 clear solutions in and I don't see anything happen, then nothing happened. If I put 2 things in and a color change happens or precipitates form, then something happened, which means these switched partners. Okay? And so now what would hang out on the other side? Well, we're not going to put Na and Cl together because they were already together. So Na is now hanging out with who? NO3, because you need a opposite charge pair. Plus what's left? The other plus and the other minus. Are you with me? So what goes on the other side? You break up the 4 things and then rearrange them with their opposite charge. Now there is an easier way to say it. You take the front off of this one and the front off of that one, and you switch their places. And I said that yesterday a few times, but then I got a lot of questions. So know your charges and never, ever, ever put like charges together.
Does it matter which element
You should always put the cation or the plus before the minus. Now, I wouldn't mark it wrong, but you should. Go ahead.
So, and then for when you're doing this to get the kind of solid thing, that's based off like what will pair.
Yep, and that's the second question. Will it form or precipitate? Which we'll get to after first. I'm going to try the Nearpod real quick. Okay, so here we go. So there's some stuff that says stuff here, but I don't care about that. All right, oh boy, this is what I want. Oh, how do I, oh, I did hide names. Okay, you should have a quiz question on your screen now. And it's a few of them, just keep going. Yeah, you're gonna get all my messages though, so ignore them. Okay, do you scroll or do you do the next question? Okay. Okay, either way, there's like 4 or 5 questions. Will you answer them? And Xander, you should be able to do this at home. Maybe you are. I don't know. 32 kids. How many empty seats? 1, 2.
So is it asking like after you
It won't matter. K will stay the same charge no matter what. On the left and the right. So the formulas. What?
like wait, never mind.
Okay. Okay, we got 16 no answers. Let's take about 1 more minute. $75 correct, 11. 75 to 11, that's not bad. I have no complaints. Unless they're the same person. All right, there's a couple. The English teacher I observe, he always shows names, and I'm like, oh man. But no one seems butthurt in the room. I'm impressed. I don't know, because he'll show everyone's name. Everyone sees their score. Really? Is this even America? Okay, I'm going to give you about 30 more seconds. I don't know. Remember what happens when I hit the next arrow. We'll find out. Yeah, you will see your answers. All right, I'm moving on in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't even know what will happen right here. We'll find out. Another quiz? Okay, don't answer that one yet. Don't answer that one yet. Sorry. How do I see the results without showing names? I'll have to look on my side because I don't want to expose anyone. Okay, don't answer. Can you answer the next question yet? I don't want you to. All right. How did I do this wrong? You'll see him at the end. Okay, the second question I got, so back to this lecture, was, will it form a precipitate? And people didn't understand the table, I'm pretty sure. And that's on me. I'll take it. All right. So what you'll have a reaction, and it will give you just the reactants, the left side. Yes, ma'am. Did I define it? Yeah. It was a big long sentence, and it was when two insoluble things react to form, soluble things react to form an insoluble product. All right, so what we're looking for on the right side, Haley, because we did this a lot, we're looking for the one we put an S next to instead of an AQ. The S is the precipitate. So we look up here. You look at the formula for each species right here and ask yourself this question. I changed it to compound, but I obviously forgot to do that one. Does it contain any ion that is insoluble? So these two things we're talking about today went in order on purpose. So we need to know what is on the right side first, correct? So K is now hanging out with who? Tell your partner. K and NO3. Good job, girls right here that mumbled. That was perfect. Okay, and then BA is hanging out with who? SO4. Okay, so the first thing, you got to find your new couple. Those are your compounds. And then you ask yourself this question. Does KNO3 contain any ion that is insoluble? So looking right here, first off, these are insoluble. Is NO3 on this list? No. Is K on this list? No. And metals aren't on this list, by the way. You'll notice these are all anions. So you just look at the back half. NO3 is not insoluble. You come up here, it says it is soluble and there's no exceptions. So would this ever be your precipitate? No. So we ask ourselves, is the anion or any part of it insoluble? No. So not a precipitate. Then you go to the second thing and you say, is barium sulfate, is the sulfate insoluble? And so you find SO4 and you're like, hey, it is actually soluble except for when it's with strontium or barium or mercury or lead. So the question I asked, is any part of this insoluble? The answer is yes. So BaSO4 would be your what? Your precipitate. That would be your solid. That's your solid. Okay, so find the new dance partners and see if their anions are insoluble. If they are insoluble, then there is your precipitate. Okay. It should be on the next question, I think. I didn't make this very long. This might be the last one, or no, never mind. There's definitely one or two more things.
Wow.
What's that?
My thing isn't loading.
Oh no. And it won't reload.
Yeah.
Wait, 9 people are talking.
I don't know if it will let you rejoin where you were. I'm not too worried about you though.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing. Bless you. Oh yeah, you do need the chart. I'm sorry. Sorry. There you go. All right, how are we doing? You good? It's high. No hurry. You're good. Yeah, no, you don't need to rush. I was like, oh no. Because sometimes I do screw up, but I didn't think I did. Hey, I'm all about that. You can write anytime you feel like it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, I'll bring this back up. I just need to shrink it for a second while I get the other one. Oh, don't do this to me. Don't be slow. Whoops. Thank Thank you. I didn't take it though. Mr. Roberts' drone took it. Okay, this is going slow. Not on you. It's on me. Don't panic. All right, we have 82 correct, 9 incorrect, 9 no answer. I guess it is percent. You're right. Sorry. That's not too awful. Okay, I'm going to move on in 1 minute.
Are we gonna get this here?
You should, I assume. Okay, here we go. 30 seconds. Actually, the 13. And I guess I better come up to this one. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's see if you can scribble on this. All right. You might need to erase that. This is what I'm looking for now. Sodium hydroxide is added to barium chloride and a precipitate is formed.
Are we done?
It said to add a background, so I thought I'd add a pretty picture. Can you change the color of the font?
Oh, you can do text.
Okay.
You can do text. That would take longer. You're drawing out. You're doing all the things it asks for, which is not on this screen. Is it on your screen? So the complete ionic reaction, the precipitate, and you don't have to tell me what the precipitate is. You'll tell me without telling me by putting an S. If you'd rather, it's kind of hard to draw what's on the stand.
Wow. Wait.
I better shrink this because I see a lot of answers so far. I'll tell you right now, barium chloride is BaCl2. Maybe putting it on this picture was a bad idea. It just seemed cute. I have no idea. Yeah, but this should be a plus sign, not the arrow yet. And just put your arrow here and do it here.
Wait, I think it's soluble. Because Cl is soluble, and it doesn't have, and Na is one of the exceptions, and OH is insoluble, but it has the barrier.
But what about hydroxide?
Oh, yeah, the hydroxide, but it's insoluble, but it's in the presence of air. If we switch the Ba over to the OH,
Yeah, Ba comes to OH.
and then OH is
Hey, they're all soluble. I was just reminded that I should read my own chart better. But still do your best. JK, I'm an idiot. Well, I didn't notice. I didn't look at BA right there.
So do you just choose one you want?
Yeah, just pretend BA is not right here. My bad. That is my bad. Sorry about that.
So we're saying that it.
for just a second, we're pretending that was not there because I didn't notice it when I wrote the problem. I apologize. Who thinks we can still be friends? Nobody. Okay. Hey, circle the spectator ions. Go ahead. I sure wish I wouldn't have typed that wrong and been smarter because I just made everyone dumber, probably. But. All right, we got one submitted. Two. Oh, okay, don't scroll.
I'm putting a box around the net. I know it's great.
Okay.
Can you scroll down on my phone?
Oh, I'm gonna hide it again. That was on. This will be the end of it. So I think you should be able to see all your stuff after I hit submit or whatever. I hope. Are you just having too much fun?
I really am. This is so smooth.
It's very satisfying, but we're going to close it out here in about 30 seconds.
Easier than what we've done before, 'cause I actually understand this part.
Okay,
I
good.
mean, that's super easy, so I understand it, or I'm actually understanding.
It's a tiny bit easy, but it's also good that you're understanding it. It's easier, but not super easy. Okay, I'm going to close it out and hopefully you can see your scores. Let's see here. Okay, what do I do now? There's no like, there's no next button.
Maybe click and go through that.
Oh man, I don't want to click and go through all of them. Let's see here. Okay. All right, here we go. I don't know whose this is. We got the complete right here, Na plus OH plus Ba plus Cl goes to NaCl plus BaOH solid. That's 90% true. It should be BaOH2. Anyone have that? BaOH2. The net is right here, squeezed in. OH plus Ba goes to BaOH. And I am sorry. I just did it and I didn't see that bottom right corner that had that exception. So it would not have worked as written. I apologize. The precipitate, this person listed as barium hydroxide. That's perfect. Spectators are Na plus and Cl minus. So fantastic. What are you doing? I think we need to close this, and then I really don't know what to do. How do I get rid of this? Nope. Changing the student view. I don't want to do that either. I want you to be able to see your answers. Okay, clearly I should.
Oh, quiz again.
Maybe. Oh. Nope. How the crap do I exit this so you see the answers? Oh. Do you see your scores yet? Goodness gracious. No, this is a disaster. All right. Oh, probably that button. Okay. My bad. I swear share nowadays means like you put it on Twitter. My bad. Okay. I'm going to the other one. We ready? What product is formed? Oh. Okay, how we doing? Most of you did fine. I mean, there's a 0 out of 2, 0 out of 6s. That's not good, but. Okay. How do you leave it?
There's an exit button.
Okay, you can go ahead and hit the exit button in the little drop down arrow and put your iPads away real quick.
Nothing. Want nothing from you.
Whoops.
Oh, Jackson, what was that? I don't even know.
Thank you.
You were just.
Yep.
I got her note.
Nice
I got
job.
it first.
I'm proud of you.
On the 3 out of 5
Anyway, I'm still taking the test. I just haven't because I'm still studying.
So I don't
I don't want you to be by me anyway, so it's fine.
Did you guys consider when you talked to both at the same time? Both were talking at the same time?
Yeah.
I have 2 ears. You do sound way better.
That cool?
Hey, I don't care where they go or that they're plugged in. Just put them in and get out of the way. All right. Okay, who feels better about their ability to do that now than they did before? Sorry, Ryan, we missed you. That's not a lot of people. Who feels like they're great at it and ready to roll? Okay. You got 2 ed puzzles. They were due by tomorrow. Well, today's Wednesday. Both by Friday. Sorry, I thought it was Thursday for a second. Okay, the ed puzzles will help make this all concrete. What time do we get out of here? Anybody know? In 10 minutes? 8 minutes. All right. Then let's talk about the lab, but we will not do the lab yet. So tomorrow, you're going to get one of these, you and your lab partner. It's a thing printed on a clear piece of acetate is what it's called. All right, which is weird. It has nothing to do with acetate in this class, but whatever. All right, it has a triangle and then it has all these chemicals listed across and here. What you're going to do with this piece of paper, let me just open it up on Canvas. It'll make it a lot easier to see. You're going to use the chemicals in the back to make every single one of those combinations. You'll see what I mean. Hold on. Probably shouldn't have the grade book open when I drag this over. I did put some grades in. Some of you, your grades went from A's to F's. Because a lot of you haven't turned stuff in a long time. All right. So on this screen, and we'll do it tomorrow, you're going to make every combination the squares white. So it takes some time, but you add a drop of silver nitrate in every one of these boxes. Easy enough. And BaCl and Na2CO3, and then you'll add this across. What you're going to do is record. You're just going to write, there's a precipitate form. What's that? Whether there's a reaction or not. And you can put a Y or an N. You don't put it on here, you put it on your own piece of paper. For every yes, you have to write out the net ionic equation for it, not the complete one, just the net. Seth, you look like you're not excited to do that. Why would you not be excited to do that? Every single yes. There's a bunch, probably about the same amount as times I lose my black pen. So let's just look right now. Will you tell your partner, based on everything you know, oh, I can't write on this, but that's okay. Tell them right now, will this right here form a precipitate? Okay, well, don't just say no. Tell them why then. All right. So who had a discussion? All right, you and Seth did. What did you and Seth say about that? All right, so we would expect there to be no reaction here, right? Or no precipitate. Because if you think about it, in these types of reactions that we're talking about, displacement, metathesis, double replacement, whatever you want to call them, you're just changing out the back ends. So if that NO3 comes over here, do we even know? No, it would make no difference. So if we added these two in a beaker together, we would have Cu plus, we'd have Ag plus, and we'd have a lot of NO3 minus. Oops, just floating around, not interacting with each other at all. Not at all. Okay, will you tell me something I could add in here? Tell your partner actually, what could I add to form a precipitate? That's a harder question. All right, any ideas? What could I put in there? Bromine, okay. So I'm not going to pour bromine in. I need a deliverer. So let's put it at KBr. We okay with that? Potassium bromide. I mix this in and now I have K plus. Is it going to hook up with anything in here? Nope. The only thing it could hook up with is NO3, and NO3 never forms a precipitate. But now I have Br, and Br forms a precipitate right here, Br, with silver, mercury, and lead. So this pile of stuff at the bottom would be silver bromide, and everything else would just be still in solution, called a what? Spectator ion. Okay. All right. Tell your lab partners right here. What would happen right here? What? It is AgNO3 plus something SO4. I don't remember what was this. So will a precipitate form? Ainsley, why? All right, because we know NO3 won't. Don't ever do that to me. That hurts my feelings. So the next thing you check is SO4. And looking up here, SO4 is always soluble unless it's with one of those. Is silver one of these listed? No. So nothing would happen in this right here. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to mix them. We're going to see what forms a precipitate and write a net ionic equation. So in 30 seconds or less, this would. So you'd have PB plus 2 plus PO4 minus 3 goes to PB3 PO4 2. I know you're fascinated. Then you'd be done. Okay, good work today. Probably I'll look at your results.